Today we will talk about genetically modified salmon. So here's the filler table I've made for the genetically modified salmon issue. So the first fact is the harvest of genetically modified salmon began this week for human consumption in the United States. So the idea is consumers must know the effect of consuming GMO salmon, as GMO are not suitable for some people. It will cause toxicity, food allergic, and causing resistance to drugs in humans. So how should the government and producer prevent potential and suspected hazard of GMO salmon to human health? By effective scientific communication and the public sharing of research findings. So the next fact is the salmon will be sold to restaurant and dining service in the Midwest and East Coast without requiring labeling as genetically engineered. So the lack of labeling will cause consumers to feel unsafe to consume salmon, and labels that indicating genetically modified are more trustworthy than labels that showing absence of genetic modification. Consumers are more willing to pay premium price for non-GMO, and in an attempt to avoid products that contain GMO, consumer demand for unlabeled product increase. How to improve the labeling of GMO salmon so that they are more trustworthy to the consumer is by labeling the non-GMO labeling must be from a legit organization, so that there will be guidelines needed to be followed to get the non-GMO label. There should be more transparency on the GMO salmon labeling. Third fact is genetic modified fish grow twice as fast as wild salmon and require less food. So globally, consumers exhibiting a lack of knowledge, false belief, and even unfamiliarity with genetically modified food products. So how to educate consumer about accurate information on GMO salmon is by launching educational campaign and public awareness program to disseminate accurate information about GMO salmon. Next, GMO fish has been made pushback by environmental advocates citing environmental concern and potential impacts on indigenous communities that harvest wild salmon. So the responsible application of GMO salmon should be prioritized in order to avoid abuse, and then scientists, industry, and regulators must collaborate closely to make sure that potential changes do not impact the cultural value of species and their role in the environment. How to 100% make sure the GMO salmon will not cause environmental problem is producer of GMO salmon and government should conduct ongoing environmental impact assessment, enforce strict regulation to best practice, and collaborate with scientists, environmental groups, and indigenous communities to continuously evaluate and address potential risks. Next is major food service companies maintain that they don't sell genetically modified or cloned salmon and would need to label them as such. So the decision by major food service providers and retailers not to sell GMO salmon might be due to market demand and potential acceptance on GMO salmon. There are less acceptance on GMO salmon. So what are the perception of consumers towards GMO? We need to know what are the perception of consumers towards GMO. There should be public participation to allow for the expression of thoughts, ideas, and concern. And lastly, the facts from the article that I've read is Aqua Bounty markets the salmon as disease and antibiotic free, saying its products come with a reduced carbon footprint and none of the risk of polluting marine ecosystem like traditional sea cage farming carriers. So So multiple stakeholders should assess the overall sustainability of GMO salmon, on how effective they are, how effective are the sustainable aquaculture practice in GMO salmon, by evaluate the sustainability practice of GMO salmon farming for the long run. So that's all from me. Thank you.